Hello, my name is Navigator, and originally I was going to kind of take him out of the box here and have him all nice and displayed, but I think we can just rip him out of there. Very wrestler style. But in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the WWE Knuckle Crunchers Drew McIntyre figure, and these, of course, come from Mattel. I mentioned it in my recent Louisiana Collectibles haul video, but the big sell for this was the sword and WWE Championship accessory that it does come with. And that picture there is what I hope to end this video with, is him posed just like that. So with that being said, here's a quick look at the box. Some of the other figures in the series, I already have a Cena, so I think the only one from this that I really want to get is the Undertaker, because I like that removable hat that he comes with. I think that's a nice accessory. Sorry, I'm speaking a little too fast there, but nice little action shot of Drew taking out Rey Mysterio there. And with that being said, let's crack him open. So this pillar on the side is where the accessories are going to be. So we're just going to rip that part right off. Throw that to the side, and then we can pop Drew out of here, hopefully, fairly easily. Let's find out. Man, he should be all right. He's plastic. He's a big guy. He'll be okay if I rip him out of here. Beautiful. There we go. And I think that's it for this part there. Nice little look at Drew. Wow, really beefy. I love these figures. I love the, kind of the comical element of the body, and then the realism of the face. I think that's so cool. And then, like I said, this little pillar here will have a little accessory bag, and we can toss this to the side. And we can open this up, and we will have the accessories here. So awesome. I think in the past, when I reviewed the Knuckle Crunchers, I tried to do them 2 at a time. I think I rarely did like a single review on, because it's just, they're so tiny. But this was the only one that I was able to find. I do plan on going and getting the play set for this just to have it. But let's take a look at Drew. And this is really nice gear. So that kind of traditional Scottish, white and blue gear. And I think he's just so small that it might never be able to focus. From there, it'll focus. There we go. But you can see nice printing on there. McIntyre with that kind of McIntyre heraldry or crest, whatever you want to call it. Nothing on the back. They're predominantly black, but on the front here, we do have those kind of, the plaid Scottish Celt, patterns almost. Black wrist tape on either arm. And then finally here, the head sculpt, which just looks great. The same one as his Elite, just kind of shrunken down, but it is really cool. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the Knuckle Cruncher things, or the Knuckle Cruncher figures, sorry guys, I flew back from New Orleans today. Go check out that video of what I got there, but I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep. No kidding. So bear with me here. But if you guys don't know what the Knuckle Cruncher figures are, the whole gimmick with them is, and let's get it to focus here, is that they crunch. So when you move their limbs, you'll hear that crunch that happens. Not really with the legs too much, though. I guess so. So it's like, ah. And there's kind of like sound effects when you move with them. But these are really cool. These were kind of a nice little hobby for me to get into when there was that like WWE Elite lull at Walmarts and Targets last summer. But with that being said, let's take a look at these accessories as well. So here is the sword, and I feel like I've seen this before. Oh, well, yeah, from his Elite version. What am I talking about? But we do have that a little bent in the packaging, but I can probably fix that up. But that is really cool. I do like how that looks. And then this, the big sell for me, finally I have one, a Knuckle Cruncher scale WWE Championship. So I finally have something for these guys to like fight over when I display them, as opposed to beating the hell out of each other. But that is really cool. As opposed to the multiple kind of pegs, we just have the 2 pegs for this, but it is pretty, stable, pretty decent. And I'm just curious if there's anything you could do with this at like an Elite scale. Maybe like if you could have this in the crowd and like a little kid is having a wrestler sign like the toy championship. That might be a decent use for this on the 6-inch scale. But aside from that, I really can't think of anything. Maybe like a headband. It's really tiny. All right, with that being said, though, let's wrap this around our current WWE champion, as it just so happens. Quite the coincidence there. Drew McIntyre. We'll put the belt on its rightful current owner. And there we go. That's on him. And then, like I said, I wanted to replicate that picture. We're going to have him with that sword up in the air. And how well does that go in there? Pretty nicely. And there we go. Armed WWE champion Drew McIntyre Knuckle Cruncher. And I'm sorry that my camera in my last video was kind of the same thing. I was having trouble focusing, but this is just so cool. Look at that champion there. The gear, it just looks great. There we go. All right, folks, I will leave it there. I'm going to go upload these videos and then watch Raw from Dublin. I really want to see that Finn Balor versus CM Punk match. So there's my little CM Punk X. I guess I can do this too. Yeah. All right, folks, as always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.